Why are these new cars built cheap as fuck?
And this is why mechanics hate engineers. Take a look at this Chevy.
Who thought let's tuck the light behind the grill and also tuck it down there? Fuck you!
Car mechanics have finally started telling the truth about why they hate modern car engineers. And the truth is hard to ignore. Before we get started, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
So every airplane job, you have to use a maintenance manual. All right? It's like our Bible. You have to use the maintenance manual for every job. So I'm removing a switch. No big deal. And that's the switch right there. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of little black circle. Okay, here's a better picture. It might be there it is, orange. That's it, that's my switch. What they don't tell you is there's no fucking access. All they say is take off the cover, remove the safety wire, disconnect it, put the other new one back in, job done. Motherfucker. And this is why we fucking hate engineers.
Been a mechanic for 5 years for John Deere. And sometimes I still look at new machines and think, what the f is this over-engineered piece of shit?
Why mechanics hate engineers.
Ford Bronco Sport. Underneath the vehicle, drain pan, front of the vehicle, there's your bolt. What the fuck are you thinking, Ford?
I don't understand why Ford thought putting this drain plug in front of this sway bar was a good idea. Because when you take it off, oil just splashes fucking everywhere.
Sometimes it feels like some modern engines are designed to make even a simple oil change a challenge. One poorly placed ledge near the drain plug is all it takes for the oil to spray everywhere instead of flowing neatly into the drain pan.
And this is why mechanics hate engineers. Take a look. So here's our lower slide that our Allen socket fits beautifully in, right? But take a look at this Chevy. Take a look at this Chevy. Come on. You mean to tell me you couldn't have manufactured that so it's just a easy, quick thing? Because what we got to do at this point, we're going to have to loosen the top bolt. We're going to have to take the top bolt that mounts the bracket to the actual vehicle out, loosen the lower one, flop the caliper this way, and then I'll be able to get my Allen socket on there and tighten it all up. But man, I'll tell you, dude, these freaking engineers, man, what a freaking joke sometimes. I mean, it was bad enough that I had to beat the shit out of that thing for 20 minutes. It's bad enough that the freaking slide pin bolts, the hex, stripped out. I mean, we're working on the snow. I mean, at least the sun's shining, and at least it's not freezing cold out here, so where there's a will, there is a way.
Hello, I'm a really smart engineer, and I put the control arm bolt behind the steering rack, so you have to drop the steering rack to take the control arm bolt out, and then for the other control arm bolt, I put it behind 3 pieces of plastic, so you have to take all of that out just to get this other control arm bolt out.
Mechanics always say they hate engineers. This Lincoln is a prime example of it. You're supposed to do a cabin air filter, right? Well, to do so, you have to remove the glove box. Well, Lincoln, in their infinite wisdom, decided to hide screws that you have to take out in order to take this thing out. So it's got 4. Here, which you can get to by dropping this door open. And then there's one down here, and then there's one over here. This one is hidden by this gigantic panel. This gigantic panel is trapped by this panel back here. And then you have to pop this panel off, and these pop tabs require you to pull this way. Well, guess what you need to pull this way? Space. Guess what you don't have? Space. And then, once you pull it out, you then have to pull backwards, because it has more pop tabs up here. So it's not just as simple as pulling this way. You also then have to pull this way. And then you would think to yourself, okay, well, I've got 3 screws. That surely should be it. No, you have to pop this panel down, because it's hiding the screw over here. So you finally get all of that done, right? This panel also comes off. It's down there. Unhook the stupid light. And then you're like, okay, surely this will just fall right out. Nope, you have to have it at the right specific angle, and this is still kind of in the way, so that makes that kind of hard. Now I can just pull it out, right? No, there's more screws. Check this out. Toyota Camry. Look how easy this is. I'm gonna do this one-handed while filming. You open the glove box, pull a door off. There. Cabin air filter.
This is just pure insanity. Basically, regular maintenance turns into pure torture for the mechanic. Replacing a filter like that costs several times more, because to get to it, you have to tear apart half the car.
So doing a cabin filter replacement, it's hidden behind in the dash. So step one is remove the doors, take the dash out, take all the dash out, and yeah, we'll have the dash out over here. And we come over here, then we can finally access the cabin air filter. And now we can change it, and yeah, that's going to be 0.2 for the customer pay only. And then we got to reassemble all this, of course. So
Already pot lickers. What the f, GM? Okay, I'm talking to General Motors here. Fuck you guys. I figured after so many years, you guys would have headlights figured out on how to take them out without removing the grill. Okay, I cheated a little. I snapped things off that one, well, because we're putting in those anyway. But what the fuck? This ain't 1990 anymore. We shouldn't have to take the whole fucking grill off to put your fucking gay-ass headlights in. It really doesn't help because of this brush guard in the way. I can't pull straight on the grill. And I plan on getting a new grill anyway. But I don't want to break it right now. I don't want to buy another grill right now. Just who thought of this? Who thought let's tuck the light behind the grill and also tuck it down there? Fuck you. Fuck you, GM. I hate you sometimes. And then you also have these gay-ass plastic clips that fucking break in the goddamn grill. You guys are stupid, okay? Sometimes.
You see that shit? That's how you do it. Ingenuity. All right, and people wonder why mechanics hate engineers. I gotta get this bolt out of here. Look at this. Really? Really? But you're not gonna defeat me today. You know why? Because I've been doing this shit too long. Hold on, I'm gonna show you exactly what to do right now. All right, you think you're gonna defeat me, huh? Not today, my friend. Oh, got it. How you like me now? Ah. How do you like me now, engineers? Huh? What's up? What's up with that, huh? You see that shit? That's how you do it. Ingenuity. Now, I could just, you know, take the 2 bolts off of the bracket. It wouldn't have made for a good video. Alright guys, like and follow.
Feels like the engineers who designed these cars never once thought about anyone having to fix or service them. Or maybe they did it on purpose. Drop your thoughts in the comments.
So Corey and I finally got this 2.3 long block out of this Bronco. And this is our first one. I've never had a 2.3 out. So that's the old one. We got to strip a little bit down to put it onto this one. But we were taking a look at kind of the general engineering and how much of a pain in the ass it was to get out. And we were looking, and if you guys notice, this is the motor mount. Okay, you got a mount, it has a stud that goes up through here, the stud and the nut attach it here. If you guys notice, the oil filter's right there. This oil cooler and the cooler, which has 2 coolant lines, inlet, outlet, is all one piece. God forbid this chunk right here breaks, or the oil cooler leaks and has a crack in it, you have to replace the entire motor mount assembly just to fix it. One piece. Talk about fucking stupid. No bueno.
I don't get paid enough for this crap.
No. We got ourselves a Kia Stinger with a 3.3 twin turbo engine. Today we are replacing an alternator on it. Customer reports that their battery wasn't charging, the vehicle died on them, and the alternator ended up seizing up on them, and the belt completely melted, as you see a lot of the gunk inside there. So to remove the alternator in this car, we have to drop the engine in order to access it, because the turbo, as you can see, gets bolted up right in the way of our alternator. So we're going to drop the whole drivetrain down
on the chassis or on our card here just to access this little alternator. So you think something so little like that would be so quick and easy? No, not always.
This is just insane. They had to remove the entire transmission just to replace the alternator. It's a part that fails pretty often on the Kia Stinger, judging by the forum reviews. If you could previously do this job in your own garage, now you need a lift and a ton of expensive equipment for it.
You ever have to do a transmission on a Colorado 2.8 diesel? Just remove the starter. You gotta loosen these two bolts right here that hold the actual motor mount to the motor mount bracket. Once you have that loosened, you have to lift up the engine a little bit to expose that bolt back there. Once you have that, then you have to remove this motor mount, take out the 3 bolts that go on the bottom. Then there's 2 more that go right here and over there, just to get this starter out.
What kind of idiot would design it to where the battery's underneath the headlight? So then in order to get to the battery, I gotta take out the headlight and the grille. It's designed that way for safety, something you ignore very often. Common sense, that's what you ignore very often. Then you give me this manual. Read the manual, read the manual, it doesn't work. Ah, reading must be the problem. Those are some pretty big words. I don't like you at all. I fucking hate you. Well, I'm gonna go play solitaire on my computer. You have a great day now.
2015 Jeep Wrangler with a 3.6 liter engine. Okay, somebody needs to be held responsible for this. On these valve cover gaskets, if you have to unbolt something all the way in the back corner while at the same time running expensive dealership only plastic lines just to be able to get a valve cover off, you failed as an engineer. I don't give a shit what anybody says. You failed. Whoever thought that that was a brilliant idea, you're lucky we don't live in the USSR and I have any kind of position of power, because I'd have you shot. You're lucky we don't live in North Korea, because your family, 3 generations in, would still be paying for your crimes. You're lucky we don't live in the Tang Dynasty. Dishonor. Dishonor on you, dishonor on your family, dishonor on your cow.
Why do you put the oil filter less than like a hand's width away from the fucking catalytic converter?
Somebody explain to me why GM thought it was a good idea to put the positive battery terminal there and then one of the grounds right there. Perfect length when you're tightening the terminal to hit it with your fucking ratchet and almost weld it to the car.
One of the things in today's world that is causing the average repair of your car to go up is the fact that automotive engineers used to think about us when they designed and built these cars. This is not a new car. This is a 2005 Honda CR-V, but as you can see here, we are doing a differential fluid drain and fill, which is on most cars 60,000 mile-ish service, but it should be simple. You pull the drain plug, let the oil run out, put it back in, pull the fill plug, and you fill it up until the fluid comes out. Really quick and easy. However, when the auto manufacturer decides to mount additional things in the way of the drain and the fill plugs here, we can no longer get this stuff out and get our tools in. If we pulled this plug, the drain plug out, it's going to end up filling this thing with oil, and then it drips for a while, and we cannot get to the fill plug that's up here in the top. And so we end up having to take more components out of the vehicle to do a service when they could have easily just designed it to be on this side. If the drain and fill plug were on this side where there's lots of room, this would have saved every one of the clients that drive these cars tons of money. It's out of our control. We are not the ones designing these cars, unfortunately, and if we would make things like this happen, but we're just here to keep them on the road and keep them going strong, and we have to deal with things like this, which unfortunately ends up costing the clients more money.
Well, unfortunately, we live in a new world. Engineers often design cars with a priority on cost, manufacturability, and regulations rather than ease of repair, which turns simple jobs into a nightmare.
Oh, just another fine example of why engineers suck. Today's flavor is Ford engineers. Have all this tore apart, body control module, the recirc assembly, metal brackets, the glove box, center console trim, kick panel trim, literally everything to get the blower motor out, which is stuff way up under the center of the dash. And even when you get everything out, it's still a pain in the butt to get out because it gets stuck in there. So 2019 Ford Escape, but yeah, engineers suck.
This is just fucking brilliant, isn't it? People don't understand why we hate engineers. This is why. Kurva anyádat.
We know mechanics hate engineers. Let's go and find out some of the reasons why. Camille, what is one of the reasons why mechanics hate engineers?
Design. Just design. Placement of the parts and everything.
You think of one specific thing?
Yeah, just, think of a Renault, and that's all you need to think of.
The French.
Yeah,
the French.
Just
That's a valid reason, to be fair. Oh, Akash.
What do you want now?
One reason mechanics hate engineers.
I can actually show you that one. Nothing but the best quality hose clips.
Mm-hmm.
That's not supposed to be like that. That just sheared off.
As
soon as I touched it, it came off. And the other one is that little inspection hole for the DSG dual clutch. Directly above it, guess what? Is the water pump. We pulled that thing off, and then, oh no, I just had a water pump replacement, and now my clutch is juddering. I wonder why. That's why I hate engineers.
Oh, get this! Stop running away, Cordova! No, spanner. What is one reason mechanics hate engineers?
The way some simple stuff, starter in the bell housing for Porsche.
That was gonna be mine.
Yeah, Panamera air filter and the front bumper.
Alfa Romeo do the same thing.
Yeah,
they put the air
things
filter
like
underneath
this.
the front bumper.
You servicing a car. This is what you most doing
Mm-hmm.
most of the time.
I want to go on a little mini rant about these new cars. These car producers, they make the most simple jobs. Why are there no bulbs in the headlight assembly? You telling me I need to change off the whole... I need to change out the whole assembly? Why is there no slot for the oil pan bolt and oil pan filter? Why do I have to take off a whole fat ass cover that covers the whole bottom of the car to change some oil? Why are these new cars built cheap as fuck, but expensive? Everything is cheaper quality, but the car is more expensive. Oh, but you add a backup camera. You add a backup camera and you think everything's good now. Fuck Nissan. Fuck Dodge. Fuck everybody.
Yeah, I completely agree with this guy. Modern cars are some kind of circus. Used to change a headlight bulb in 2 minutes, now they tell you it's a sealed module and you have to replace the whole assembly for 30 to 40,000. Change the oil? Gotta take half the car off from underneath because the oil pan is covered by a huge plastic tub, supposedly for aerodynamics.
Did you know automakers are actively pushing for legislation to make it illegal to work on your own vehicle? The Ford CEO says, there are so many specialty tools needed nowadays, it's just not safe. It's incredibly dangerous. Well, who made it that way?
So what's this whole thing that I'm hearing that Congress wants to pass a law where independent shops like myself and people at home can't fix their own vehicles if they want to? I mean, last I checked, this was America. Land of the free, home of the brave, land of the freely passed bullshit laws. And all because all the modules they're sticking in these vehicles and the scan tool companies are coming out with aftermarket scanners that can get into the immobilizer system and you can take off with a vehicle and do so as you please. Let me tell you something, if somebody wants to steal a vehicle, they're going to. And if somebody wants to come up with their own software to do that, they're going to. There's always going to be bad actors. And I guess I'm wearing the appropriate shirt today. Don't be a douche. And I'm sorry if there's any kids watching. Don't repeat that. But I think this law, or whatever they got put up, the bill, not law yet, it's a bill, needs to be just, see ya, gone. Because that's gonna put a lot of shops out of business, including myself. Then you'll no longer see Auto Tech Mike. It's gonna be Auto Tech Unemployed. And I think that's why I'm kind of speaking up right now. Because this don't need to happen. If you buy a vehicle, you own it. You can do so with that vehicle as you please, unless it's Ferrari. If you want to take off and do your own brakes, do your own brakes. You bought the vehicle. And who cares if independent shops are cheaper than dealerships? It's always been like that. If you guys would stop adding modules to the vehicles for every little thing, like do a cigarette lighter module, cup holder module, I'm just naming off some weird modules, but Stop adding all those. Who cares? Like, you ever heard of the term KISS? Keep it simple, stupid? Let's go back to that. Like this whole thing that I'm seeing where if you get into your vehicle and you're a little bit highly elevated and your heart rate's up or your eyes are wide or whatever, the vehicle won't start, it won't let you do anything. Like, okay, so if I want to take and run from a tornado, I guess I can't. I guess you're gonna see the upgraded version of Wizard of Oz when I hop on my motorcycle and I'm wrapped around a twister. I've got more to say on this, but I'm gonna end it right here.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next videos.